This is Tucker. He's a basset hound. And basset hounds can be great with kids because they can handle quite a lot for a little dog. And they love children. They don't mind having their ears grabbed and being wrestled with. But bassets talk a lot. They talk whenever they're happy. They talk whenever they're excited. They talk whenever they see something. They might even talk about a cat that was in a tree last week, every day this week. So you really want to make sure you know what you're getting into when you get a basset. And you want to make really sure you don't give food for barking. And that's true for beagles too, and for most dogs. So with Tucker, I'm going to show him that he gets a treat when he does a command. Not when he begs, not when he's rude, and definitely not when he barks. Tucker, quiet. Good boy. Tucker, sit. Good boy. Okay. Now the treats I'm giving are just tiny, tiny, tiny. He's going to have to do 3 or 4 tricks to get one of these. And eventually what I do is I use praise and touch and balls and toys instead of treats. But once in a while, a little treat can go a long way. And with a dog like Tucker, you just have to make sure he never gets the treat for barking. No barks. Quiet. Sit. Good boy. There you go. Now if he barks again, I'll put them away. And I'll wait until he's quiet till I take him out. Oh, but he's being so quiet. If he's quiet, he can have another one. That's right. For being so quiet. And most dogs like this, they bark and people throw them food. And so what happens is he learns that if he wants something, all he has to do is yell about it. And you want to make sure if you've got a noisy dog, reward it when it's quiet, ignore it when it's loud, and you will have a quiet dog, even if you've got a basset. Good boy. See, he's not begging, he's not stealing, and he's not even complaining. And this is food. Now this time I'm going to tell him to quiet. And if he doesn't quiet, you'll back up, okay? So ask me again.
What time is it, Cody Wolfe?
Cody, quiet. 2 o'clock. Back up. 1, 2. So we're going to teach Cody that if he barks, they back up. If he quiets, they come forward. Okay, Kendall, your turn. The treat. So there's a dog that deserves the treats, and he deserves to be pet by kids. And you can see how quickly he changed his mind about barking. As soon as they figure out they don't get the treat for barking, they're willing to be quiet. Good work, Cody. Good work, Kendall. Things like Halloween, fireworks, airplane rides, car rides, loud noises, anything unfamiliar to a dog can frighten a dog. And what you want to do is if you've got a dog that's afraid of something, make sure you expose him to that thing very slowly and very weakly in a very calm way. So you might take a tape recording of thunderstorms, or you might make a tape recording of fireworks, or you might take him a mile away from the train tracks when you know he's scared of trains, and just walk him gently and make him heel and focus on the good thing that's happening. And over time, you'll find that your dog will relax and relax until he won't mind these things anymore. And you'll be able to scale up, turn up the volume, go closer to the thing he's afraid of, showing him the whole time that if he heals with you, he doesn't have to worry about that thing, that there never really was anything to be afraid of after all. It's called desensitization, and you do it really slowly and really gently. And if your dog ever gets afraid, you just go back a couple of steps to where he's calm, and make him do it and praise him like crazy. It's really important you get the timing right. If you've got a dog who's afraid of something and he balks or sits down and stops and hesitates, that's not the time to cuddle him. What you want to do is push him just a little bit and then praise him. Because he was scared back there, praise him when he's overcome his fear, even if it's just a little step. So that way you teach the dog, hey, come with me, listen to me, trust me, we'll overcome your fears together, and it'll be fun, and you'll have a good time. Right, Rocky? Yeah, you good boy. You good boy. Sometimes Rocky's a little bit sensitive about his neck, which means if I try and direct him too strongly from the neck, he'll actually turn and snap and get worried. There's a lot of dogs out there like this. And what you want to do when you're leading or guiding a dog is remember, you're not having a fight with the dog. It's not a pull, tug of war kind of your way, my way battle. You guys are in this together. So if you find yourself straining on the end of the leash and the dog you're trying to get to come is balking or refusing or getting upset, which he's not doing right now, but sometimes he does, what you want to do is line yourself up with his body and make sure you walk together. So the stress isn't all on the pull, it's on the moving together, on leading him. And I'll just try and get him to do what I mean here, because sometimes when you grab his collar, Rocky, oh, he's being really calm right now. A lot of dogs don't like this though, being grabbed like that. And what you want to do is if you've got a dog who doesn't like that, you want to show him a lot of confidence. Touch him from below, give him lots of praise. And when you do need to grab him by the collar, put a leash on. Because that makes it so clear to him that you're taking him for a walk, that you're not going to hit him. Maybe he was hit someplace before, in some other family, years before you got him. You don't know his whole history. Maybe he was hit even after you had him, when he was sitting in your backyard and people were waiting for the bus and weren't very nice to him. A lot of things are possible. So if you discover your dog has a fear, there's an easy way of getting over it without fighting about it. And in this case, it's real easy to make Rocky relax. Sometimes Rocky doesn't want to do what he's told, and at the last minute he'll jerk his neck away. If his collar's loose, that can mean he'll get loose at the worst time, in traffic, someplace not safe at all. So you have to make sure with a dog like Rocky that the collar always fits. And then, when you get to these points where you know he's going to hesitate, maybe he has an irrational fear of gates or fences or doors, you know he's going to hesitate, just before he hesitates, gently force him through and then praise him. As you can see, Jasmine doesn't like men. She's a little nervous of them. And when you've got a dog who doesn't like something, it's your job to teach it that it's made a mistake. This thing it's afraid of is really something wonderful. Jasmine doesn't need to be afraid of all the men she meets in her life. Think of how stressful her life will be if she's unnecessarily afraid of every man she meets. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be real careful to praise her when she's getting over this fear, when she's extending her boundaries, when she's going over to Rick and letting him touch her, or just going outside her comfort zone. That's when I'll praise her. And when she's retreating, running away, that's not when I'll praise her. I'm also going to give her a really good focus. Rick's going to stay still, and I'm going to move Jasmine. And I'm going to keep her thinking about what I'm telling her. Jasmine, heel. Good girl. Now, because she's so afraid of Rick, I'll start with me between the two of them. Jasmine, good girl. And we're just going to walk around him and walk around him until she figures out that he's no big deal. I'm going to touch him so she can hear me touching him and see that he doesn't hit back. He's not a dangerous man. He's a nice man. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually putting my smell on him. So she's understanding, hey, he smells good. He smells like that nice lady. Now, if I hold his hand, she might be brave enough to sniff it. And that's when I'm going to reward her, because she's gone way beyond her comfort zone. She's come over, taken some initiative herself, and reached out to smell him. So I gave her some praise. Good girl, Jasmine. And then we'll walk away and do something else. Not let her get too upset or worked up about it. Show her that it's okay, we're doing things, we're having a good time, even though this man is in our space. Jasmine, good girl. Good girl, Jazz. Oh, nice, nice. And I keep praising her when she's up and out of her comfort zone. If she comes back and tries to hide with me, I'll stop. And that's how you coax a dog to go beyond its borders and discover the world. Most dogs who are afraid like this miss out on a lot. It's much better for your dog to be afraid of the things she really needs to be afraid of and trust everything else. Let's say hi to Rick. Good girl, Jazz. Good girl. Now, if Rick gets down and makes himself small, that's even better. If he avoids looking at her, he doesn't make eye contact, takes his hat off, maybe he closes his eyes instead, she'll probably come forward. But if she's nervous, I'll just walk her around him a bit. Let her know that everything's okay. As soon as she's stepping out of that comfort zone, I give her lots of praise. Good girl, Jasmine. Good girl. It's so nice. I'm here with River, who's a border collie, and she's a little bit of an older girl, and her boyfriend, Chaos. Now, sometimes 2 dogs in one home is a bad idea, but sometimes it's a great idea. In this case, Chaos is really insecure, and River's really relaxed. So River helps Chaos to overcome all his many, many fears. He hangs with her, and he's okay. When you call River, River comes and Chaos follows. So there's a lot of good to having a really confident dog come live with a dog who's kind of nervous. Come here, Chaos. You look at the way he's standing, stiff, rigid, legs out, ready to bolt. It's really important that you have a good collar on a dog like Chaos with good tags, because there's a real good chance he will get spooked and bolt at any time. And you want to work on come and confidence. It's really important that Chaos learn to trust people. Now, when you look at a dog like Chaos, he will constantly avoid eye contact. So one thing you can do to reassure him right away is look him right face on and close your eyes. Chaos, Chaos. Now you probably see him looking at me. Now my eyes are closed so I can't tell, but that's what'll happen. He'll look at me and he'll see that I'm not challenging him with eye contact, I'm not picking a fight with him, and he'll relax. Now if I just pull him gently over, see how he balks? Okay, if I praise him right now, when he's balking, I'm praising him for going away from me. So what I'm gonna do is just pull him a little closer. Oh, yay, good boy. And then touch him when he's calm. Touch him when he's calm. Now I've gotta work really slowly here because I don't want him to be afraid of me. Chaos. Lots of talk. If I see him staring at my eyes, I close mine right away so he knows I'm not challenging him. And I touch him from below, never above the head. I never approach him as if I'm going over top of him. Instead, I come from below and underneath, reinforcing for him that he's a big dog. Now I'm gonna get real close to him and then praise him for letting me get that close. So I just leave him exactly as he is. Get really close. You see how he's bolting away? But that's okay. I'm going to give him one of my closed eye looks so he relaxes, and a big smile. Yay, Chaos. That should relax him. And I just get closer. That's very nice, Chaos. Dogs really do read body language. They're experts at it. They can go to any country in the world and communicate with other dogs, foxes, coyotes. They can communicate with people in any language. They're amazing at reading our emotions. Our body language, our facial language, our words, our gestures, and the smells of our bodies too. So when you look at a dog, even though you might be really frustrated because he hasn't come when you called him, try and make your face look happy. If you've got a happy face, the dog will know that he's not in trouble and he'll come to you. So even though you're frustrated, act like you're happy and your dog will come. That's a good boy. I'm just gently, gently praising him and getting him to a comfort level where he can actually handle me touching him head to head. And this is pretty scary for him, so I'm just gonna go really slow. Praise him, praise him, praise him. There's not many people that have kissed this dog, believe me. Good boy. Oh. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Look at that, he's almost coming over. He's changing his mind. Good boy, Chaos. That's so good. That's so good. Good boy. So with a dog like this, when you're working on getting over their fears and teaching them to trust, you want to just do it for a few minutes. Always end on success, end where he's calm and happy. If he starts to get afraid again, then ease up a bit, go back a bit so you can practice getting it nice and calm and happy. And then tell him how good he is. Good boy, Chaos. Closed eyes again. Oh, look at that. He almost gave me a kiss. Good boy, Chaos. Good boy. Chaos, Chaos. Now that's excellent. Look at him come to me. Good boy, Chaos. Good boy. Chaos. Chaos. Just I'll gently move him in and then I'll praise him. So I'm not petting him for standing apart, I'm petting him for coming over. And over time, he'll learn that if he comes to me, everything's safe. Good boy, Chaos. Nicely done. Yes, yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good. This is Chica, and she's a great Doberman Pinscher, as you can see, a lovely dog. But if you take a real close-up look, you'll see she's missing something. She's missing her right eye. And that means for Chica, things can be pretty scary if they come up by surprise on this side of her face. So if you're walking a dog who's missing an eye or missing a leg or has something wrong with it, you want to make sure that you take that into account. On Chica's right side, she can get startled easily, she can trip, she can stumble, so you want to be there. When you take her to a park and other dogs come up to greet her, if your body's on this side, then nothing can scare her, and she'll be way more confident. You got to watch out for things like low-lying tree limbs, anything that she can't see that could hurt her. If you've got a dog who's lost a leg or has any other kind of infirmity, you have to remember that other dogs may not understand. So always be careful how many dogs you approach. You might not want to enter a dog park at the busiest time of day. You might want to stay on the perimeter and have something a little more calm. And this is something, if you have a dog who's getting old, starting to go deaf, starting to go blind, it's really important to make your feet heard. Let them hear you. Let them smell you. Carry something in your pocket that helps them keep track of you, even when they're puppies. So later, when their senses start to go, it's easy for them.
For extra safety, attach a bell to your deaf dog so you can hear him even though he can't hear you.
But you can do a lot to help a deaf or a blind dog or a dog who's getting old just by scenting the path they normally use, by keeping things the same, like the furniture, keeping routines the same, wearing the same clothes, doing something like having mint or tea bags in your pockets so they always can smell where you are. These are the kinds of things that make it really easy for dogs that don't have everything other dogs have to behave like they do. Right, Chica? Good girl, Chica. Let's go. Very nice. So here you see my legs protecting her. And if we went to a dog park like this, nothing could startle her, because I'm there. Good girl, Chica. So Jazz is an older dog, which means you really have to be conscious of heat and overexercise. In his youthful days, he could run and keep up with people on rollerblades or a bike, but now that he's older, that's really dangerous for him. So when you take him out for exercise, you have to make sure that he never gets into a run, that it's always a trot. That's true for most dogs their whole life long, labs, Goldens, anything small. You don't want them running to keep up with a bike or someone with a vehicle, but it's especially true as they get old. And another thing you have to think about when they get older is the heat. Dogs get really sensitive to the heat. So something he could do on a cloudy day might not be possible on a sunny day. And if you're not careful, they can actually get heat stroke or something more serious. So you really want to make sure as your dogs get older, you keep their exercise consistent so they stay in shape. No binge workouts. You don't want to leave your dog alone for 3 weeks of rain and then the sun comes out and you go on the mountain bike hike of the century. That's not fair. Instead, keep them fit with regular walks and regular fitness. And when it's super hot or super cold, just leave the dog at home. Old dogs don't need that. Right, Jazz? Right, Jazz? Yeah. Jazzy, Jazzy, Jazzy. Hey, Cody. And Cody likes food. So we're going to take advantage of that to teach Cody a trick that will do him a favor as he gets older. Because when a dog gets older, he can't always keep fetching, using his muscles and running, but he likes to still find things. And this is something you can teach any dog, young or old. He uses their mind and their nose and their tracking abilities. And I'm just going to make it really easy by dragging it all the way along the ground. And I'll leave it right at the end of the trail there. Okay, Cody. Okay, Cody. Will he continue on the trail? He's just learning, but he should do it. You can hear him sniffing up a storm. There he is! He found it! Good boy, Cody.